Hello YouTube, welcome to my last video of 2016. This was definitely kind of a strange year for the world in general, a lot of celebrity deaths, a lot of weird stuff. Donald Trump became president-elect, just strange things. But I do think that it was a great year in gaming. I've seen a lot of people saying that they were disappointed by games this year, and I can understand if you only like certain types of games, but I think that overall, this was a good year for gaming. A lot of different types of games got released. We got some platformers, we got some adventure games, we got some shooters, and we got this incredible game that you see on the screen here. This game is called Abzu, and I don't necessarily want to explain this game too much because I want you to discover it yourself, but yeah, discover it yourself. This game is on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. If you have a good PC, play it on there because seriously, 60 frames per second makes this game really come to life. But regardless of what system you get it on, it is gorgeous in just about every manner. The music is just perfectly fitting, the visuals are gorgeous, and the story, even the story is gorgeous. It's delivered to you in a way without a word of spoken dialogue or any sort of narration, and yet you kind of understand it. This is the perfect kind of game to get if you're feeling in a constant depressed slump, or you get in those a lot, or your mind just never seems to calm down, or you just need something to kind of wipe your emotions clean, scatter your brain for a little bit, but then calm you down, and just make you feel in general. I've never been so touched by a game before in my life, and yet there's no narration in this game. So props to the people who worked on this game, props to the music, props to everybody who made the base game. Seriously, just get it. I got it for $6 on a Steam sale, and I also bought it for $8 on the PS4 just because I wanted to support the developers. Now, on to the main topic of today's video. Now, some people may be halfway through watching this video and think, oh man, there's no new information, this is bullshit, this is so obvious, dislike. And whatever, if you're one of those people, have fun, more power to you. But I'm making this video simply because of stuff that I've seen on the internet quite a lot lately in the Nintendo fanbase and the Nintendo community. What time would actually be the best time to pre-order the Nintendo Switch? We know the Nintendo Switch is coming out in March. We've been seeing advertisements lately in stores, and they've been saying March 2017, so we know that's not being changed. And the Switch event, which we've been affectionately calling Switchmas, is coming up in less than 2 weeks. That's January 12th or 13th, depending on where you are in the world. Speaking of that, by the way, I'm going to be live streaming that event, so if you want to come hang out with me, be sure to check out my channel at that time. I'm going to be keeping the stream down really low to make sure people have an incentive to actually watch the original stream, but you can at least hear me in the background or see what I have to say. Anyways, back to the topic. Basically, we know the Switch is coming out soon, and a lot of people definitely don't want to wait to get the Switch, because let's face it, we know it's going to be hard to get this system if you don't pre-order, so people are pre-ordering now. And is that necessarily a good idea? Is that going to guarantee that you're going to get a Switch? Well, sorry to burst your bubble, but probably not. You see, the early pre-orders, and take this from somebody who used to work in multiple different retail stores that all, sold games. I'm not going to name any names or anything, but the people who pre-order stuff before any sort of official information is released, for example, when we don't know what the box of the system looks like, we don't know what the box art of a game looks like, we don't even know the price of the system, it was maybe talked about, but it wasn't fully shown off. People who pre-order in this time slot are usually put second to the people who pre-order officially. At least if you don't make your pre-order into an official one when the more information comes in. Let me kind of explain that. So basically, before each store is told kind of late in the game by either the head of their company or from the company they're getting the stuff from, how many units they're going to be getting. Sure, like maybe the corporate heads at GameStop, Best Buy, and Walmart all know how many Switches are going to be given to the stores roughly. Maybe they know the details about the system, like the price and all that. But the store managers in the stores, they sure don't know anything about that just yet. So when you put a pre-order in, for example, at GameStop, all you're doing is basically putting yourself on a list saying, hey, I want to pre-order, I'm going to pre-order this thing in full when more information is shown off. So be sure to, expect me to come in or something and finish that up. Your pre-order is not a full pre-order. It's basically a half pre-order where you kind of can reserve a slot, but not really. It's more just starting the process early. So if you just put down $200, if you even can, towards a Nintendo Switch right now, and let's say the thing comes out costing $300, and plus tax, plus it needs other stuff with it, basically, if people who do official pre-orders and wait until the information is released, if they pre-order this stuff, all the units, before you can get back and finish your pre-order, basically, you're not getting the thing early. You're not getting the thing on time. You see, when these stores such as Walmart, GameStop, Best Buy, even online stores like Amazon, when they don't know how many units they're getting, they can't request a certain number of units from Nintendo, especially not from Nintendo, where they purposefully give stores a lesser number of units to increase artificial scarcity. But if they can't reserve anything or request anything if they don't know the number of units they're getting. And keep in mind, it's not just pre-orders they have to satisfy when they see how many units they're getting in the initial shipment, but they also have to save a few units for walk-ins, for people who aren't pre-ordering. Now, at the end of the day, they may only save, 2 units for people that aren't pre-ordering per store, but they still have to reserve some of those. So, if you don't wait until after the information is revealed and you can do official pre-orders through the website or, wherever you're going for this thing, then you're probably not going to get the system if you don't act really quick, even after you do your initial pre-order. So doing the pre-order now, before the Switch event, you're basically just wasting your time. My advice would be, the second the Switch event is over and we start seeing the thing pop up on websites for the official price, so that we know how much money we got to put down, that's when you should be pre-ordering the system. I expect that to be done literally an hour after the Switch event, maybe even sooner. They want to get that on their site ASAP so people pre-order from them and not from other people. That is when you should pre-order the system, because if you get that and snag it nice and early, you have a good chance of actually getting the Switch early on and not having to wait super long. Granted that this is not a guarantee. You are not guaranteed to get your pre-order if you pre-order at that time. There could be mistakes, there could be broken units. Nintendo could plan to ship a certain number of units, but then realize they have to ship in other areas due to more demand. And yes, I know I just said that requesting is impossible, but demand on Nintendo's level can be changed, but whatever. Now, with games, it's a different story, and I think this is where a lot of the confusion comes in. You can pre-order games pretty early, but that's only because a lot of the stuff about games is obvious. For example, we know how much the game is usually going to be. If it's going to be like a full-fledged AAA title, we know it's going to be $60. We usually get the release window or release date pretty far ahead of time, and also, game companies can ship far more units of games out to stores than game companies can ship game consoles to stores. I mean, all they gotta do is press the information onto a disc or a cartridge and send, millions of those out to stores. That's not a huge deal. Sending out game consoles, where it's an intricate manufacturing process, that's a different story. There's a lot less units per store, so putting in an early pre-order is not like a game where you're pretty much guaranteed to get it because the stores are gonna get crates and crates of the games when they first come in. Anyways, that'll just about have to do it for today's video. Thank you for sticking around to the end, I heavily appreciate it, and for all of you who joined me this year and subscribed to my channel, or even just watching my videos now, thank you so much. I may not act like it all the time, but I really do appreciate you coming by just to listen to me babble or give my little opinion pieces on the game industry. I honestly didn't think that anything was going to happen to this channel. I just always kind of had thoughts in comment sections and to friends, and everyone was kind of suggesting, hey, make YouTube videos out of this. People might want to hear what you have to say. And until November, I pretty much only had about 400 subs, because I got those 400 subs by doing some videos that people wanted to watch. Like, very early on, my first few videos were games bitching about Paper Mario Color Splash. Well, that just happened to be a relevant topic, so that got me a decent number of views. And then I did other stuff like NX rumors, my thoughts on them and all that, and people started to come in. And then I did my Switch hardware video, and I went from 400 subscribers to 4,000 subscribers, and I'm still growing from now. So whether you came in that initial rush of subscribers, or you're coming in now, welcome. I'm really glad to have you here. Thank you for joining me in 2016, and I look forward to expanding this channel even more in 2017, and I hope you're willing to stick around and join the ride with me. You all have a good rest of your day.